Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a haul of all the books I have gotten recently. So there are 15 books. So let's get on with it. Okay, so I've bought myself 12 books in the last month to 3 months, pretty much. And I've been gifted 3 books. So we're going to start with all the books that I bought myself. So I went to Toronto, and I went to the Indigo and the Eden Center. And I got a bunch of books, so that's mainly where these are from. But I got 4 Weddings and a Puppy. Just the 2 of us, and then 1 book for my friend, because individually these were $6 Canadian each, or it was 3 for $10. So this book, I'm not as interested in. 4 years of marriage, Julie and Michael's grand romance has fizzled. They're more like roommates than husband and wife, and Julie wonders whether it's time to give up on their love story once and for all. An unexpected lockdown, just the 2 of them, seems like it might be the final straw. But when stripped of all distraction and forced to meet eyes across the dinner table every night, unexpected sparks begin to fly. Can Julie and Michael ever find a way back to who they used to be, or could they start a whole new love? This does sound cute, but not as good as the other book, which is 4 Weddings and a Puppy. So I think it's on sale because this has dirt on it and holes. I don't know why this one is, but the back of this one, Kendall Walsh has exactly 1 second to save a fancy 5-tiered wedding cake and any possibility of being a wedding planner, not to mention her family's struggling ski resort. All because of one very cute, very furry golden menace of a retriever, who was a serious thing for butter chiffon icing, which is exactly when Olympic skier Brody James shows up and saves the day and the cake. Brody makes Kendall feel about 1 million indecipherable things. He's her brother's bestie, her first crush, and a ridiculously popular Olympic hero, which only reminds her of her own failed Olympic dreams. What Brody isn't telling her is that he's walked away from it all. The fame, the sponsorships, the celebrity girlfriend. Now he and Kendall are both lost, somewhere between the past and the future, and they can't yet see. But 4 weddings, 1 mischievous puppy, and a few steamy kisses later, these 2 might just realize that they're both exactly where they need to be. This seems so cute, and the cover is just the perfect girly pink book. Okay, so ignore that. That's just my rooster outside. I have my window open because it's nice out. Anyway, so those are the 2 books. I technically bought 3, but I got 2. But I got 2 for myself. I just closed the window because every time I stopped filming, he would stop, and every time I started speaking to film, he would start. So we're just gonna leave my window closed for the duration of this video. The next book is How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kong? I don't know how to say that. This book I saw actually, someone was reading it. It was a popular influencer. I don't remember who. But I saw this and I thought, okay, I'll give it a try. I don't want to read the summary, so I'm not going to read it to you guys. But I'm just going into this blind. I do hate that it has Reese's Book Club sticker permanently on there. It doesn't come off. Whoever came up with putting permanent stickers on books, there's something wrong with you. Anyways, those were all of the, well, they're not all the romance books, but those are all the romance books I got from the Eden Center. And now let's get on to the fantasy books I got from there. Okay, these are kind of influenced by, the book I'm currently reading, which is called Love Story, I also got from there. But that's a current read right there. It's not with me right now. But the first fantasy book I got is Half-Blood by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This book was $20.99 Canadian without tax. That's cheaper than most. That's cheaper than this. This was $23.99. It has sprayed edges, as well as includes a prequel novella and bonus scenes. These sprayed edges aren't purple. You can't see them very well, but they're purple. I'm just going to read the summary of this one, but I also got the second book, which is Pure, and this includes bonus scenes, and this was also $20.99 Canadian. But since this is the second book, I'm just going to read the first book. You will kill the ones you love. It is in your blood, in your fate. 17-year-old Alex and her mother have spent years on the run from the Covenant, A school where the pure descendants of gods hone their powers and half-mortal teens like Alex train to kill daemons for them. But when her mom is murdered by daemons, and she has nobody else to turn to, Alex finds herself back at the Covenant, where she has two options: become a servant for the peers of work twice as hard as everyone else to catch up in her training. The second option seems a little easier, but everything gets complicated when pureblood Aiden volunteers to be her personal trainer, because not only is Aiden gorgeous, but he also understands Alex in a way she'd never experienced before. Unfortunately, relationships between peers and half-bloods are strictly forbidden. But falling for Aiden isn't her biggest problem, as she learns the true reason for her mother whisked her away from the Covenant and daemons close in on the school. She must fight to stay alive, even if it's her fault. Those around her are dropping dead. This is like the girl, I'm assuming, and then this would be from the peers. So this is the half-bloods and peers. There's also more books, but I decided to only get the first two because it just made sense. Like, I didn't want to get all of them, and I know some people do, but I'm not that person. The next books I got are from a flea market, and I got the Maze Runner books. I don't know the order of these. I'll try and figure it out as I go. Firstly, I got the Maze Runner by James Dashner. Also, I think all the box set was $14.99, which is really good. And then I got The Kill Order, The Death Cure. Oh, I have these in the wrong order. And The Scorch Trials. Those are in the right order, by the way. Like, they just seem like easy books to read. And they're like OG books, but I've never read them. Like, I haven't read the Percy Jackson books or Harry Potter books or these. So I'm trying to get more into, like, books that people have read before spreading me up to other books. The last 3 books I got were all, I think, in the same visit to Indigo, near where I live. But the first book is A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. I'm obsessed with this cover. Okay, Ashley Poston is my favorite romance author. But, like, I love, it's floppy. And it's Ashley Poston. And I love that she always puts little twists to her books. Let's read the summary. So, love is stranger than fiction. Eileen, Elsie Merriweather, loves to get lost in a good happily ever after. The fictional kind, anyway, because at least imaginary men don't leave you at the altar. She feels safe in stories, at home in books, which might be why she's so set on going to her book club's annual retreat this year. She needs good friends, cheap wine, and grand romantic gestures, no matter what. When her cart unexpectedly breaks down on the way, she finds herself stranded in a quaint town that seems like it's right out of a novel, because it is. This place can't be real, and yet she's here, in Elleration, the town from her favorite romance series, where the candy store's honey taffy is always sweet, the local bar's burgers are always a little burnt, and rain always comes in the afternoon. It feels like home. It's perfect, and perfectly frozen, trapped in the late author's last unfinished words. Elsie's sure that must be why she's here, to help bring the town to its storybook ending. Except there's a character in Ellerton, whom she can't place, a grumpy bookstore owner with mint green eyes, an irritatingly sexy mouth, and impeccable taste in novels, and does not want her finishing this book, which is a problem because Elsie's beginning to think the town's happily ever after just might be intertwined with her own. The cover, the summary, the floppiness of the book, the colors, it's everything you could ask for. I'm so excited to read that book. It's like the most excited, like, I want to read this, like, the most out of all the books I have right now. The second, like, the last romance book I got that wasn't gifted is Collide. I have a bookmark in here, but I haven't started it, so I don't know what to say. But Collide by Bal Cabra. I apologize for saying that wrong. The back says, she's an honor student with ambitious graduate school plans, and he's a jock with only hockey on his mind. But once their worlds collide, their connection is hot enough to melt an ice rink. An ultimatum from Summer Preston's thesis advisor thrusts her into an unexpected collision with the hockey team's captain, Aidan Crawford. She's caught between conflicting desires of fulfilling her lifelong dreams of becoming a sports psychologist and staying as far away as possible from that god-awful sport. And when she meets Aidan, well, let's just say he confirms all of her worst assumptions about hockey players. Being the captain of the college hockey team has its perks, except when a reckless mistake by Aidan's team threatens to jeopardize their entire season. As punishment, Aiden's coach nominates him as the subject of a student research project. Participating is the last thing he wants to do, especially since the girl leading the project looked like she could wield his skates as a weapon. Summer can't stand Aiden's blaze approach to life, and Aiden doesn't understand why she's 20 years old with a 25-year plan, but their bickering soon turns to bantering, and once they let their guards down, there's nothing to check their feelings. I have actually been wanting to read this book, and I'm waiting to winter because it's like hockey-themed romance, and I feel like I read a lot more fantasies in the winter and Christmas romances, but I want to save this romance for when it's colder out. The last book I bought myself is House of Salt and Sorrows. This book isn't it's pretty fluffy actually, but it's just a little more stiff. I saw this YouTuber read this book, and she loved it, and so now I'm gonna read it. But this is by the sea. 12 sisters were cursed. Anna Lee lives a sheltered life at High Moor with her sisters. Once there were 12, but nonetheless fills the grand halls now than 4 of the girls' lives have been cut short, each death more tragic than the last. Disturbed by a series of ghostly visions, Anna Lee becomes increasingly suspicious that her sisters' deaths were no accidents. The girls have been sneaking out every night to attend glittering balls, dancing until dawn in silk gowns and shimmering slippers, and Anna Lee isn't sure whether to try to stop them or join their forbidden trysts. Because who or what are they really dancing with? When Anna Lee's involvement with a mysterious stranger who has secrets of his own intensifies, it's a race to unravel the darkness that has fallen over her family before it claims her next. This book just sounds intriguing. I'm very excited to read this, and I love the cover. Next, I got 3 books for my anniversary from my boyfriend, and let's go through them. We're going to start off with the one romance book, which is One in Rome by Sarah Adams. I haven't read any of her books, but this one blew up, and I've always wanted it, so I got it. But it came damaged, which sucks. But at least on the cover, so it's still readable. It's all good. So I can't really read the back because a bunch of the words are not there. But I'm super excited to read this. The next book is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This book, the cover is so pretty. They're gorgeous. Let's see what the back of the novel says. Elspeth Spindle needs more than luck to stay safe in the eerie, mist-locked kingdom of Blunder. She needs a monster. She calls him the Nightmare, an ancient, mercurial spirit trapped in her head. He protects her. He gives her secrets. But nothing comes for free, especially magic. When Elspeth meets this mysterious highwayman on the forest road, her life takes a drastic turn. Thrust into a world of shadow and deception, she joins a dangerous quest to cure Blunder of the dark magic infecting it, except the highwayman just so happens to be the king's own nephew, captain of the most dangerous men in Blunder and guilty of high treason. This book just seems interesting. I don't remember who it was. I don't remember who I saw that read this, but I do want to read this. And finally, I got Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. I saw Sarah reading this, and it seems interesting, so let's read it back. Phantasma only has 2 rules: stay alive and don't fall in love. When Ophelia discovers her mother brutally murdered, there's no time to grieve. She has inherited the family's fearsome magic and enormous debt. Circumstances go from dire to deadly. However, when Ophelia's sister decides to pay off the loan by entering Phantasma, a competition where contestants rarely escape alive, and the victor is granted a single wish. The only way for Ophelia to save her sister is to win. But Phantasma is a cursed manor, full of twisting corridors and lavish ballrooms, staffed by enticing demons and fatal temptations. And Ophelia must conquer all 9 floors to succeed, if her fears don't overtake her first. When a charming, arrogant stranger claims seeking the help, Ophelia knows better than to trust him. But with her sister's life on the line, Ophelia can't afford to turn him away. She'll just need to ignore the overwhelming, dark attraction drawing them closer and closer together. Because in Phantasma, the only thing to lose in losing the game is losing your heart. That's all I have to say about the book. And that is all the books. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.